everybody, and welcome to another episode of Lawn's Ladder Legends, where everyday players on the StarCraft 2 ladder become legends. So welcome, I am Lawn from GamesOnTheLawn, and I'm bringing to you this Gold League match between Plunder and RochSoLiDT on King Z. How do you say that? King Sejong Station. Pretty sure that we got it right now. So in the bottom right of Sejong Station, got it right. It's the Red Terran Plunder. His opponent in the top left, also Terran, spawning as the blue RochSoLiDT. So a TVT in Gold League. It's going to be more exciting than you think. Sure, these guys might not be Grandmaster 300 APM, crazy tankovac micro, but these guys, they know what they're doing. They know build orders. They understand, what's good and what's not in TVT. And for all you players out there that are around Gold League, this is a really good insight to see what other players around your league are doing in the matchup, and you might be able to gauge where you are in relation to them and things that you might be able to do differently. So sit back, relax, enjoy, learn with me, and we'll get right into it and see what these two Gold Terrans are doing. So they're both doing the exact same thing. They both have a gas and they both have a barracks. Plunder's following that up with the Orbital Command and the Reaper, followed into a fast expansion by the looks of it. On the other side of things, RochSoLiDT going for a quick factory, followed up by a barracks, which we could only assume follow up with the starport. I think that's where he's going to head with this, is he's going to follow up with the starport and then look to expand. Of course, it will be hard for him to expand with all that production going on, but we'll see. So this Reaper's coming out from Plunder, and he's on his way over there to see what he can get done in RochSoLiDT. Whether he might be able to get a couple of cheeky SCV kills, or just get a scout off and find out what RochSoLiDT is up to. Be able to see his quick factory. So here he goes. He's going to pop up into the main. Just as misses RochSoLiDT's Reaper. Comes through and goes, oh yeah, factory, early factory, huh? So he's going to see if he can get some work done. He's dancing around trying to avoid the other Reaper. KD8 charges going out everywhere, and now he's just running. He's like, no, I've seen what I need to see. I can't take this engagement. I will die. I'm out of here. So it's good scout from Plunder. He saw everything. He saw that there was two barracks, factory. Pretty much assume there's no expansion from that. However, RochSoLiDT is now following that up with a command center. And on the other side of things, Plunder, he's thrown down his own factory and his own second barracks and an engineering bay. Both players going for stim. Relatively the same time. Now RochSoLiDT's getting out a very early siege tank from that early factory. Will an early siege tank prove the difference? Will an early economy prove to give Plunder an advantage? I mean, he's getting 2 SCVs at a time already. And look, that worker supply is already climbing up. It's only a couple now, but RochSoLiDT's still building his command center at home, and he still has to fly it down over here, and he has to build an orbital command, maybe not in that order, but there's still going to be some time before he's pumping out 2 SCVs at a time. And he's saturated on his main, so he stopped building SCVs here, which he could have kept building SCVs, and then he could have transferred them down to the natural, so as soon as this guy flies down there, he could have some extra SCVs harvesting minerals straight away, but opting not to do that, opting to keep that production going. It's building Marauders. You don't often see Marauders in TVT. At the highest levels, we definitely see a lot of marine tank. Excuse me. Marine tank medivac. So marauders can be handy if they get close enough to a tank. They do hit tanks pretty hard. However, tanks hit marauders pretty hard too. As tanks, I think, marauders armored. They are armored, and tanks do extra damage to armored. As you can see there, 15 damage normally, but 25 versus armored. Well, what marauders are actually quite useful for are for drops, because these guys hit buildings a lot harder than marines. So you drop a handful of marauders down here and you take out a supply depot or a refinery or something. They can be handy like that, but generally you don't see a lot of it. And here we go, Plunder moving out with 2 medivacs full of marines. He's going to drop straight into the natural here and lay waste to this mineral line. I mean, manages to save a couple of them. Here comes the first big engagement. Plunder's got the medivac support, it's really helping him to stay in there, but RochSoLiDT does clean it up. What cost though? He has lost quite a few SCVs. Plunder, huge worker supply difference. Really has a worker lead there. It's almost fully saturated at his natural, compared to just not saturated at RochSoLiDT's natural. So combat shields coming up for Plunder. I don't believe that RochSoLiDT does have combat shields. Nope, just the stim. Plunder's got +1 attack as well. Oh, RochSoLiDT just got his +1 defense, so they will kind of negate each other out in the Marine Wars. However, these tanks of RochSoLiDT will still hit Plunders very hard. So things have settled down. Both players just trying to macro up at this stage. Plunder with a sizable supply lead of about 20. Most of that is in the worker supply. Look at that, army supply is dead even, 40 apiece, but an extra 16 workers. So both players just looking to build a bigger army. So RochSoLiDT slipping on the worker building here. There he goes, he just got them going again. It's a big tip for all you gold players out there. I mean, I'm platinum myself, so not like I can, you know, really point the finger and say, you're not building SCVs, because there are plenty of times in my games where I'm not building SCVs. But huge tip for everyone, especially in those lower leagues. Build workers. Just constantly, at the start of the game, just keep building workers. Because if you have more workers, you have more minerals, more gas, and that means you can build more units, have a bigger army. And a general rule of thumb in StarCraft 2, a bigger army almost always wins. So Plunder with this bigger army. Is it a bigger army? It is now. 70 to 56 in the army supply, sitting down here, poised to attack. Does RochSoLiDT know this is coming? No, he doesn't. He's got no idea that just outside his base is his doom. Well, I guess it will always all come down to the engagement. He's just given away his position. RochSoLiDT knows he's there after seeing his SCV just obliterated. Both players just in a bit of a Mexican standoff, just no one really willing to take that first step in and engage. It's risky business, TVT. It's a patient game that you need to play. RochSoLiDT's diving in. Oh, those poor Marines. Oh, they're smashing in on those tanks though. But all these Marines died. RochSoLiDT's army was just cleaned up in an instant, just like that, in a blink of an eye. Plunder rage quits. No GG. No well played. And Plunder is our winner. So there you go, bigger army wins. So remember, build SCVs. Anyway, that's it for today's match. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. If you didn't, that's fine. Everyone's got their own taste. I'm still pretty new to this, so guys, any constructive criticism you'd like to give in the comments, I would love to hear it. I will read everyone and take them all on board. And if you would like your legend to be told here on Lawn's Ladder Legends, then please send me your legendary replays to GamesOnTheLawn@gmail.com. And until next time, please video game responsibly.